My name is Ben, and this is my workshop. Now, my shop is a two-car garage split into two parts. One half is the workspace, and then the other half is Marble Mountain. Now, since my shop is split into two parts, I'm going to split this tour into two parts as well. Part one is an origin story covering why and how I started building marble machines and all about Marble Mountain and its future. Part two is a tour showing how I utilized a challenging situation and maximized the space in the half of a garage that I had left. Okay, some history on me and how I got to where I am now. I'm from Ventura, California, and I went to Buena High School where we had an awesome drama program. So in addition to being in a few of the plays,
and now we invite you to relax and let us pull a bed chair as the dining room proudly presents your dinner. Be our guest.
I built many of the sets and learned a lot about construction and tools. Fast forward to college, I went to the University of California, Irvine. I started as a mechanical engineering major with a minor in drama. Now, mechanical engineering at UCI is set up for theoretical learning, and I am clearly a practical learner. So, after 2 years with a lot of math and physics under my belt, I switched majors to drama and then spent even more time building sets for their shows. I ended up graduating with an unofficial emphasis in scenic design and construction. And boy, did I know my way around a workshop. There were a few things I built for myself during college. The one thing I built that I still have is a pirate ship key hanger. I'll show you. It's got everything from masts to a rope ladder to the cannons where you hang your keys from, and even that guy. Even though it doesn't get used as a key holder anymore, I keep it around because it's awesome and I'm proud of it. I graduated from UCI in December of 2012. In January of 2013, my sister and my lady wanted to go to LACMA, which stands for the Los Angeles County Museum of Art. It's that place with the lamppost out front and the giant rock that's hanging over a pathway and a bunch of other cool things. I tagged along to the museum and saw the coolest thing that I've ever seen. There's a kinetic sculpture called Metropolis 2. It's a huge cityscape with buildings and trains, and the main feature of it is the cars. There are 3 giant lifts that use magnets to pull up small Hot Wheels looking cars to the top. And the cars go down these tracks and wind down and around the entire machine. I was mesmerized. I wanted to build something like that, but I didn't want to use cars, so I decided to use marbles instead. And I didn't want my machine to just be a track that, it winds down and around and blah blah blah. So I decided to make mine themed, much like Metropolis 2. I spent a few days sketching, and then I started building in my bedroom. After a few months, I redesigned the entire thing to take it from a multi-feature marble machine to Marble Mountain. For the first year, I built before and after work and filled my room with completed sections and a fair amount of dust. The first thing I built was the bowling alley, followed by Lombard Street, the castle, a trolley, a mini golf section, a roller coaster, the Golden Gate Bridge, the Painted Ladies, a super compact 1-track to 4-track splitter, a ski jump, and a bobsled track. At the 1-year mark, quite a bit of work had been done. But in order to start putting it together in its larger form, I needed more space. So I rented a workshop in Old Town Orange, California. There, I spent the next 2 years working on it and finally got it to a point where it could turn on and run on its own. And oh boy, was that a sight to see. I filmed it running, put together a video, and the day I posted that video, it reached the front page of Reddit. It's now been viewed millions of times and is one of the top videos in a YouTube search for Marble Machine or Marble Run, which is pretty awesome. So that workshop was great in the fact that I was able to get Marble Mountain to work, but it was in a really old building with an uneven foundation. The ground basically went like this. It also had a gradual slope from the front to the back. Now, I tried to alleviate some of these issues by putting down 2x4s and then layering 2 layers of MDF on top of that, but it didn't completely fix the issue. So Marble Mountain was built to work on that uneven surface. You may see where this is headed. Fast forward to when I moved into the place where I'm at now. This is a 2-car garage as part of a place that my wife and I rent. Now, when I moved Marble Mountain in, I found out how much of a difference that old floor really made. So many of the connections between the pieces just don't match up anymore. There are gaps, the pieces are misaligned. It's bad. Poor Marble Mountain has just been sitting here collecting dust for the last year. I'm sad to say that I'm going to start dismantling it soon. Some of the cooler sections are going to be salvaged and eventually turned into smaller marble machines, but Marble Mountain as a whole is just too big and takes up way too much space in my garage that I just want to use the space differently. It'll never run like it used to, but the video is a good way of showing how all that hard work and dedication was well worth it. And that pretty much sums up Marble Mountain. I'm not sure when I'm going to start taking it apart, but hopefully sooner than later. If you have any questions about Marble Mountain or anything else, feel free to ask in the comments and I'll do my best to answer as many as I can. I'll do a tour for the rest of my shop soon in part 2, but that's it for now. See ya.